Hey everybody, so apparently Mercury retrograde, I think it's still Mercury retrograde. I haven't seen that we have switched, but it is giving me some trouble. So hey everybody, it is Rolly and it is dark in here. And I don't know if I can find light in here in the dark. I'm not even going to worry about it for tonight. So I am just going to be here in this little bit of light. Oh, there, I can use that light. It's glowing from below. So I am back for day 7 of our Soulful journey. And so I was on just a little while ago and said that I was going to jump back on for day 7 because day 6 was yesterday. And because of intermittent power outages, I was having difficulty staying connected. So I didn't get a chance to jump on yesterday. And so I'm a little bit later than I had said that I was going to be because I got an invitation to come and do bath time and snuggle time with my little guy. So I went and took advantage of being able to do that. And so I am back. So I'm going to talk now about masculine and feminine harmony. And so when we hear masculine and feminine, a lot of times we actually hear a lot of times the focus is on gender, and that's not what it is that this is talking about. It's about this dual energy that we have. It's that yin and yang. And so if you actually looked at the image that was connected for this preview, is that it has rice, and it has the white rice and black rice, and it's in this yin and yang symbol. And so that's one of the things that we are talking about with this energy of being able to have these. So it's gender neutral. So it's not male female. It's feminine and masculine. And so it's that that energy that comes with the two different sides of things. And so there's a lot of controversy over the gender thing. So like this is not gender specific. This is specifically to that that masculine and feminine, and then but gender is connected to a lot of roles. So like there's a lot of societal roles, societal norms that say that we need to do this, that, or the other thing as one gender or the other, and that has changed and evolved a lot. Because now there are a lot more women who are in gender or in male type roles and things like that. So there's still so there's lots of those different things, but again, it's not about the male female, it's about the feminine negative energies. And so like when we talk about our chakras, for example, so we've got our sacral chakra, that is the womb, that is the that basis, and that is very much feminine. It's all about emotions, it's all about that kind of type of energy. Whereas then when you go into the solar plexus, it's that male energy, I mean that masculine energy of getting things done, and our self-esteem, and our ability to do things, and that kind of thing. And so that's where those two different energies come from. And so like it's connected to the cycles of the moon. It's connected to astrology because there's the male and female energy of all the things, and without masculine and feminine, like there's no way of us being able to. And I'm stuck in the male female because I know I've caught myself saying that a couple of times, but because that's not what it is that we're talking about. We're talking about the masculine and feminine energies of things. And so if I've referred to it, I apologize. Because it's not about gender specifically. So that's really, really important. And it's important for us to be able to understand the duality that these two things have, right? So the sun, for example, from an energetic perspective, is very masculine. It's very hot and provides like the energy that it needs for things to be able to grow. Whereas the moon energy is very feminine, but it actually brings the tides, right? So it brings in that water. And so you've got like the sun that warms the earth, and then you've got the moon that helps the waters and things flow. And so that's where that masculine, feminine harmony comes into play. And that's where that yin and yang come into play. And we need both in order for us to be able to function, right? So we need, and when one is more dominating than the other, then what ends up happening is that we have we have this imbalance that actually happens. And how that impacts us is that, so I have many clients who really struggle with being able to share their emotions, their weepiness, or if they get angry with something, then they feel like they're not supposed to express what they're feeling angry about, all those kinds of things, because as society has taught us is that we're not supposed to have these emotions, right? So one of the things that growing up we would often hear, if boys started crying, well, they would talk about like boys being sissies and that kind of thing, because they weren't allowed to have those emotions. Or we would often hear, and I've heard it from so many people that are in and around my age: stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about. Because again, we're not supposed to have those emotions. We're not allowed to be angry. We're not allowed to feel sad. And so we need to like just suck it up and just kind of move on and do the things that we need to. Well, then that creates an imbalance, because we need to still feel our emotions. We still need to have that ability of being able to emotionally connect with ourselves. But at the same time, we also have to have that energy of the feminine or the masculine, which allows us to be able to get the doing done. And so like that part is really important for us to be able to do. So the masculine energy is like, that's a lot of times where we get our creative ideas of thinking, and but the creativity part comes from our feminine energies. And so like that's where it comes into, so we get our ideas and we get the creativity coming and flowing together and making all these things so much different than they would be if we were only stuck in just one energy versus the other. So one of the things that I've created, and if you're interested in it, I invite you to send me an email to info@rollyalaire.ca, and I will get you the self-assessment tool. So I've created two tools. One is the yin and yang self-assessment tool, to evaluate the balance of your energies. And then the second tool that I have is called the energy balancing worksheet. And so this serves as a diagnostic tool to help you pinpoint the areas in your life where either masculine or feminine energy is more dominant or is lacking. Because it's important for us to be able to have, when we're actually working on anything, that we have that energy going back to between the two of them. And so that part is really, really important. So this worksheet is designed as a roadmap for your personal growth journey, and it tells you where you currently stand in terms of your yin and yang energies, and then it suggests which directions to be able to keep more balanced, more harmonious. And so if you're interested in these tools, like I said, send me an email to info@rollyalaire.ca and let me know that it's the energy balancing worksheet, and I will get you both of those two assessments for you to be able to try out and use, and you can come back and reuse them at any time, because it really is about being able to create that balance. And it's not a one and done. And I said that earlier this week, and I don't remember what topic that we were talking about, but I talked about that part as well, is that it's not a one and done. It's two different things. We have these two different energies that are actually coming into play, that really impacts how we actually are able to get to the next level and get to the next step. So that is where we're at, and I will be back on tomorrow. So I should be back on at our normal time tomorrow, so around 4, somewhere in and around 4 tomorrow. And so we'll talk about another topic tomorrow. But we've actually done 7 days, even though today was 2 days in one, because Mother Nature had a different plan for us yesterday, or at least in our neck of the woods. I'm not sure about everybody else's neck of the woods, but we had that storm brewing and happening. So we're on day 7. We're 7 days into the challenge. It's a 30-day challenge, or 30-day journey, I should say, challenge. There are challenges within that I'll be creating, and so we're on day 3, I believe, of the eating challenge. And so anyway, I will chat with you later. And if at any point there's any of the assessments or any of the tools that you want to have access to, let me know. But definitely would invite you to join us in the Telegram group for more discussion. If you're in the Facebook group, love to be able to have you continue that discussion as well. But once we're done the 30 days, then there'll be not as much interaction in the Facebook group as there will be. There's always more interaction in the Telegram group. So not to dismiss anybody inside the Facebook group, but Telegram is definitely where I hang out more and do more things. So anyway, I will chat with all of you guys later. And if you guys want to be able to join us inside the group, let me know and I will get you the links. And otherwise, I will chat with you guys later. Bye for now.